Have you ever looked at a creator's photo and thought, there's no way that looked like that in real life? So how did they edit their photo like that? How did they change the color of something in a photo without redoing the whole thing? Usually it comes down to color correction, recoloring, and color grading. In this video, I'm breaking down the best tools for recoloring images in 2026. We're talking Adobe Photoshop for precise, realistic color changes, Adobe Firefly for fast idea exploration, and Adobe Lightroom for consistent color grading across images. Together, inside Creative Cloud, they cover every recoloring workflow, whether you're a professional, a content creator, or just someone who wants their photos to look intentional. Quick disclosure, this video is sponsored by Adobe, which is perfect because I'm going to be using Adobe tools to show you how you can use them to support your creative workflow. This is episode 4 of my Creator AI Toolkit. We're talking about recoloring images. Let's go. Let's kick off by talking about what people get wrong about changing colors in your images. Now, for a lot of you guys, including me previously, if we wanted to change the colors in our images, we would use like a photo filter, for example. Now, I wonder how many of you have actually stopped and asked yourself, how do these filters actually work? The honest answer to that question is that filters change all of the colors at once, and that's the problem. By applying a filter and changing the entire image, you're changing the lighting, the shadows, the skin tone all at once, and that's usually what leads to it feeling a little bit off. What you want to do is do something a little bit more specific. For example, you might take a photo for a thumbnail and realize that the top that you're wearing makes you blend in with the background. Again, we've all been there. Am I? No, I had to double check in the preview lens because I was like, I might be doing that today. I mean, I almost am, to be fair. So in that instance, you don't want to whack a filter on it and change the entire image. That's not going to help. What you actually want to do is just change the color of the top that you're wearing. Or maybe you took a photo where the lighting is off and you have that weird yellow or green cast over it. These are all examples where you don't want to use a filter because that's not going to help. Instead, you want to use very precise color correcting. And that is where the proper tools come in, not just the filters. So before we do a deep dive of each tool that we can use, I want us to have an overview and an understanding of how each of them work, and therefore we're going to use my trusty table. This table breaks down what the tool is, what it's best for, its primary function, the skill level, and a use case. Let's start with Adobe Photoshop. This tool is best for designers, creators, and retouchers. Its primary functions are non-destructive edits, which sounds so dramatic, but it basically means edits that can be done on different layers of the photo to preserve the entire image. More on that later. Other primary functions include selection-based recoloring, adjustment layers, curves, hue/saturation, and generative fill. This tool is best for those who are beginners to advanced, and some use cases include product color swaps, outfit changes, and color cast correction. And don't worry, we're going to deep dive a few of these tools in a moment. Next up, we've got Firefly. This is best used for creators, marketers, and anyone who's concepting. Its primary functions are prompt-based color exploration and palette generation. Now, the skill level for Firefly is beginner to intermediate, and the use cases include fast experimentation and adapting visuals for brands or seasons. And then we've got Lightroom. This tool is best used for hobbyists and content creators. Its primary functions include targeted color grading, presets, and tonal controls. Now, Lightroom's skill level is actually quite broad. It's really for beginner all the way up to advanced. And use cases include consistent color across a lot of assets or images and fixing mixed lighting. Got it? Good. Let's do a deep dive into the first tool, Photoshop. If you want to change colors within an image deliberately, rather than just applying a quick effect, and if you really want to retain control of the image whilst you edit the colors, Photoshop is the tool for you. What makes it super useful is that you can edit specific parts of the image instead of changing everything at once. Also, interestingly, this is the tool that professionals use when they need to recolor images non-destructively, meaning every adjustment is editable. So basically, you can tweak the color direction later without having to start all over. Let's get some examples on the screen. So on the screen, I'm showing you the hue and saturation sliders. This allows for precise control to adjust colors in the image to shift their tones and intensity. It's a quick way to test changes. Now, on the other hand, the curves and color balance help enable precise color correction and creative grading in the image and are useful for matching things like the lighting. Adjustment layers and masks give you control, allowing you to test, refine, and tweak your edits without committing too early. And then, of course, there's Generative Fill, one of my favorites. This is useful when you're not just changing the color, but altering how something looks entirely. So whether you're doing a product color swap, changing an outfit in a thumbnail, or correcting a color cast, Photoshop gives you the control to make it look like it was always that color. So for me personally, Photoshop is the app that I would use when I want the result to actually look convincing, not just good enough. Let's move on to tool number 2, Adobe Firefly. Firefly is more for exploring ideas and testing color corrections quickly. So think of it as the perfect tool to use when you know something looks off, but you're not quite sure what it should look like instead. It helps you test different color palettes, styles, and visual directions without manually editing everything. So if you've ever wondered how I can recolor an image without committing to a full re-edit, Firefly is where I would start. You can describe the color direction that you want, and it will generate options that you can actually react to. This is especially useful for creative creative experimentation or when you're adapting your visuals for a different brand or for a different season. It allows you to see several different directions you can take stuff in and quickly. Tool number 3, Lightroom. I'm willing to bet that a lot of you have used Lightroom before. If you haven't, buckle up, you'll be using it consistently after this video. So Lightroom is more about photorealistic adjustments. It lets you enhance or refine an image whilst keeping it looking natural. It's useful for adjusting tones, cleaning up color, and making images feel more consistent. This is especially useful when you're dealing with mixed lighting. For example, when photos look a bit too green or a bit too yellow or just like off entirely. The main tools here are targeted color adjustments, presets, and tonal controls. So if you're thinking about what is the best tool to colorize photos consistently, this is it. Okay, I'm gonna break down some tools for you because Lightroom has some very powerful color grading tools, and it's important that we understand how each of them are used in order for us to make the most out of them. Let's talk about presets first, because that's the one I'm willing to bet a lot of you guys are already familiar with. So users of Lightroom can actually create their own presets, which allows them to easily apply the same color, tone, style to future images based on previous work that they've done. This is amazing for content creators because it allows us to create a consistent and cohesive batch of content, which in turn means that our feeds are super consistent and cohesive. The presets also work on videos, so you can easily create a video that's the same color or tone as your stills. This is especially useful for people who upload carousels with multiple types of media in it. So if you've got a photo on one side and then a video on the other side, if you use a preset, you can ensure that both are going to be cohesive. Very important when it comes to your overall vibe and your branding. So on the screen, you can see how you can get started with presets. You can select one based on the subject, style, mood, or content type. There are hundreds of options and dozens of premium preset packs, including portrait, landscape, cinematic, vintage, food, concerts. Honestly, the list goes on. And then you can tweak the brightness or tone until you get the look that you want. Or you can use the adjustment sliders or color grading tools to more manually get the look and feel that you're going for. Next up, we've got Color Mixer. This tool allows you to adjust individual color ranges without affecting the whole image. Specifically, you can adjust the reds, oranges, yellows, greens, aquas, blues, purples, and magentas. It allows you to change the hue, saturation, and luminance, offering more precision than the standard HSL panel. And then we have Point Color. I use this all the time. This is only available on desktop. So basically, I use the eyedropper to select and isolate a specific color. Then you can adjust its hue, saturation, or luminance. This is perfect when there's a specific part of your color that you know you want to change. The Point Color tool allows you to select that and change it easily. And then, of course, there's color grading. Color grading allows you to get super artistic and fancy. You can use this tool to artistically tint shadows, midtones, and highlights independently using a 3-way color wheel system. You can use it to create specific moods, right? Like adding cool tones to shadows or warm tones to highlights to create a really cool cinematic look. The result is that you've enhanced the colors rather than just correcting the colors. These are the tools that I would use if the image is ready, but it just needs cleaning up or like taken to that next level. When a creator's image looks better than what came out of the camera, it's usually down to the color. And I don't mean in an over-edited way, I mean through small intentional changes. So whether you're changing your outfit color in a thumbnail, you're toning down a distracting object, or fixing awkward lighting, Photoshop, Firefly, and Lightroom give you everything you need to do it properly, and these are the tools that I would be using. Head to the link in the description to try out these tools via Adobe Creative Cloud. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video.